I was asked one day by a listener, what is one of my hardest decisions I've made? So I thought, sometimes the hardest decisions in life aren't about choosing between good and bad. They're about choosing between comfort and possibility, between security and dreams. Back in 2005, I had everything that should have made me feel secure. A 6-figure salary, a steady job in North Carolina, health insurance, and 2 little kids depending on me. On paper, I was set, but in my heart, I knew I wanted more. I had a dream to start my own business, to build something of my own. And I had exactly one contract lined up. That contract took 18 months to get. It wasn't enough to replace my salary. It wasn't enough to guarantee security. But it was enough to give me a choice. Stay where it was safe or take the leap. I wrestled with it. The what ifs were loud. What if I fail? What if the contract falls through? What if I can't provide for my family? But then I asked myself a different set of what ifs. What if I never try? What if I wake up in 10 years from now, still wondering if I could have built something of my own? What if staying safe actually cost me more in the long run? So I made the call. I resigned my high-paying job, no safety net, no guarantees, just a belief that I could make it work. I packed up my family and I moved across the country. And you know what? It was terrifying. But it was also the most alive I had ever felt. The first year was hard. I second-guessed myself more times than I could count. There were moments that I thought, did I just make the biggest mistake of my life? But every time I felt doubt creeping in, I reminded myself, the only way to fail for sure is to never try. So little by little it worked. One contract turned into 2, and then 3, and then a full business. And the life that I once dreamed of became a reality. I owned that $1 million business for 10 years before moving on to new endeavors. So if you're standing at the edge of your own leap right now as you listen, I won't lie to you, it won't be easy. But just ask yourself the question, is the fear of failing greater than the regret of never trying? Because if you feel that pull inside you, the one telling you there's more out there, you owe it to yourself to listen. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's moving forward despite of it. And sometimes the hardest decisions lead to the best chapters of our lives. So if you're waiting for a sign, this is it. Make the leap.